Hello, and welcome to online class. Let's get right to it. Let's talk a little bit about finding volume. Okay. Um, I want to start by pointing out this word cubic here. The reason I put that there is because, let's say, for example, I ask someone, what is 6 take away 3? And then I ask them what type of math we would be doing. They would be able to say, oh, that's subtraction because they understood the words take away. Okay. In that same way, sometimes when you are being asked to solve a volume question, you may not see the word volume in the question at all. They may ask you, what is this shape, or in cubic feet, miles, inches, but the word cubic will show up. If you see that word, then that is a tip to you that you are dealing with a volume question. All right. So, um, area is finding the surface area of a two-dimensional shape, but volume is finding the space inside a three-dimensional shape. Okay. So, looking at this cube here, I did three different colors for each dimension, okay, that we're talking about. Length here, okay, in pink. We have the dimension of width there and height, okay. As you know, in a area situation, we only have two dimensions, base and height, or length and height, but now we've added width, and for that reason, we're doing volume. Okay, so the formula for this cube here is edge to the third power. We've talked a little bit in previous videos about something to a number to the second power, but to the third power simply means whatever the number is, we're going to multiply that number times its own self 3 times. Okay, I said here that the edge of, one of these edges is 5, let's say cubic feet, okay? And so what that means, we'll do V, or volume, equals 5 to the third power. You see, I just put in parentheses what that means, broken down 5 times 5 times 5. And, if we work that out, we will find that volume equals 125. Again, we said that was feet, so that could be cubic feet. All right. Now, so we're going to move right on to the rectangle here, cylinder, and I always see this like a swimming pool. So we're asking the question, how much water can go into this swimming pool? Okay. Again, we have the three dimensions highlighted with different colors. The length again in pink, the width in green, and the height in 6. Okay. The height in orange, which is 6. Okay. So the formula for finding the volume of this rectangular cylinder, we have volume equals length times width times height. Okay. And since the length is 10, that's 10 times the width of 8 times the height of 6. And when we work that out, we find that the volume here is 480. All right, moving right along. Let's look at the square pyramid, okay? So we have a base edge of 10 and a height of 20. You'll see that perforated line there. We have leaning sides, so we get a perforated line to see what the actual height is, okay? And the formula for finding the volume of a square pyramid is volume equals 1/3 times the base edge squared times the height. All right, so that means this is our formula, and we're simply going to take the numbers that they have given us, that we've been provided with, and throw them into the formula. Okay, so volume equals 1/3 times 10 to the second power times 20. And that leads us to volume equals 1 divided by 3, or 1/3, times 100 times 20. And when we work that out, we find that volume equals 66.7. All right, moving right along. I have this cylinder here, okay, and at first thought it looks like toilet paper, but don't come down here. We don't got none. We all out. Okay. No, that's just a little joke. But anyway, we have a radius of 10 and a height of 20. Okay. And so the volume, or the formula for finding the volume to this cylinder here, is volume equals pi times radius to the second power times the height. Let me get over here so you can see. Okay, we've talked previously in other videos about how pi equals 3.14. Okay, and so what we have is volume equals 3.14 times 10 to the second power times 20. Okay, and then we have 3.14 times 10 gives us 314, and then times 20, those two together, volume is 6,280. Okay, whatever the unit would be, that would be cubic units. Okay, and lastly, we have probably my favorite, the ice cream cone. Okay, and so the formula for volume for a cone is volume equals 1/3 times pi times radius to the second power times height. Okay, that's the formula that we have been given, and what we're going to do is simply take the numbers we're provided and substitute them into the formula. Okay, so volume equals 1/3 times 3.14. Okay, there's pi there, 3.14 times the radius. Here's the radius. Remember, radius is from the center to the edge. Okay, to the second power times 18, which is the height. We simply took the numbers given and substituted them into the formula. Volume equals 1/3 times 3.14 times 256, which is 16 to the second power times 18, and that leaves us to find out that volume of this cone is 4,823.04. All right, so this is finding volume, finding the space inside a three-dimensional shape. I hope that helped you. Have a great rest of your day.